But to look your enemy in the eye, knowing you'll remember his face for the rest of your life, now that takes a stomach much stronger than you'll ever have.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Girl Gaming. Today we're going to be doing another episode of Rust Cribs, and we're going to be looking at the third building, which is this one. We call it the Shogun House, or the Pentapod. Hello there, Carlos.
Sup, y'all?
And how are you doing on this fine day?
A little dreary, better than the weather.
I know, it's looking a little bit rough out here, isn't it? So let's go and take a look and see what we have done with this Shogun House here. Now, instantly you'll see something that's different from the other houses in the respect that we've got one of these external walls. This is a brand new addition to Rust that came in last Thursday. And, ooh, pumpkin. Mate.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, man. Let's,
Hey, here, drop that and I'll put it on my head so your viewers can see. Because, oh, did it just disappear?
No.
Do you see it still?
No.
And it just disappeared.
Oh.
There's a comedic thing you can do with the pumpkins. You can put them on your head, and you wander around with like a giant pumpkin on your head.
Well, I did put it on my head briefly. One thing that actually putting pumpkins on your head, one thing effect that has is it does increase your head's hitbox, which is not a good thing.
Significantly.
Yeah.
By about a factor of 5.
Right, yeah, so, sorry, we got distracted by the pumpkin. We were talking about these things, these large external walls. These take 500 stone apiece to build, and they snap up quite nicely together on the corners. So they're really, really easy to build. They are, however, traversable by ladders extremely easily. There are ways to deal with that, and we might be looking at that in the future. But what we're actually here to look at today is the Shogun House. Please ignore the poor construction up there. You're behind me, Carlos? Okay.
I'm always behind you, buddy.
Oh, I see. Now, the reason that we put these walls up here is, one, because I wanted to experiment with them because they were brand new, and two, because it provides a rather nice funnel that people have to go through if they want to get to the Shogun House. So we just have to come through this little gap here. And you'll see in here that we've got a rather large amount of defences underneath it. That's to prevent people putting any explosives on one of these sections down here. The whole house is armoured up on the first 2 floors, 3 floors, 3 floors, 4 floors. Good lord, I've done well. And you can see that there are 2 entrances. Here's one of the ladders I was talking about that snaps to your defences. Right, down we go. And we're going to go in through this door. Now, this particular house, it benefits from a bit of an easier door system, doesn't it, Carlos?
It makes me happy.
It does. Now, on this bottom floor here, we've got a number of different boxes. Oh, there's some ammo in there, Carlos. I'll just grab that.
Okay.
There you go. There's a couple of skirts for you as well.
Oh.
I know how you like those.
Well, you know, you can never be too pantless in this world.
But on the bottom floor here, after you traverse through the first 2 doors, it's the same on the other entrance as well. You come across this. You can either go forward or you can go one of 2 sides. Now, once again, as is my wont, I haven't totally finished this, so usually you would find metal doors and code locks on these sections as well, but they're recent additions to it. And you can go all the way around the outside of the house here, finding other loot rooms in the corners. And this goes all the way around. I'm just going to have a quick run around. You can see the loot rooms here, and there'll be another one here. These are just for raid goods, really. You don't really want to be putting your loot on the outside for any great length of time.
And we should also maybe explain to them the raid rooms, the purpose of.
We should do. Now, one of the biggest things that you want to be doing in Rust is you want to be creating tools and explosives in order to get into other people's houses and take their stuff. That is not necessarily the quickest, but it's certainly the most satisfying way of gaining resources in order to build your bases better. It's something that Carlos and I are, I dare say, fairly proficient at. What do you think?
I'm alright at it.
And we've done a fair amount of raiding, so when you're raiding somebody, if you manage to... oh, hello. I'm sorry.
Nice to see you.
If you are raiding somebody's base, you might be able to kill all resistance in there, break down their sleeping bags to make sure they don't come back in a hurry. But they've probably got more loot than you can carry by yourself. You can see there's only a few slots that you've got. Once you fill those up, you're going to want to run back to your base, dump all the loot that you have as efficiently as possible, and then get back there to see if you can get a second haul. And that's what those raid boxes are for on this bottom floor, just to make sure you don't have to traverse lots of doors and go up any stairs or anything like that. That would be particularly true of Carlos's boxes. I think you used the 1520 boxes, didn't you, in that spare room?
Yeah, that's the drop box technique. Is it's easy access for everyone, and then they could get in, get out, and get back out collecting the goods.
Now you can see this is actually poor technique on my part, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This building privilege box here is poor technique. You shouldn't really put it there. You only have to go through 5 doors to get to it, and they would have access to building. That was my first box. So I should have destroyed that and moved it elsewhere, but I haven't done that. So it's a good thing to note. On the second floor here, or first floor if you are from the UK, you will see that we've got other external rooms here. Now these rooms are slightly different in the respect that they're not all closed off from one another. You can see here that we've got a window for defending ourselves, and this same pattern is repeated 4 times. So were we to go this way instead, you'd find the pattern repeats. That's always a nice thing to do, because you kind of know what to expect that way, don't you?
Yeah, it's good to have. Well, after you've traveled your building a couple times, it's not so bad, but the first couple times it can be a bit of a nightmare.
It can. And oh, there we go.
See what I did there?
I do. And you can see that this is fairly similar again. You can get out this way as well, and you can once again go out into your windowed room. But we're going to go further up the stairs. And we'll go straight forward this time and come through here. Once again, we've got a similar system. So we're going to go through, and we can go one of 2 different directions here. This again is a windowed segment, but the windows are in a slightly different position. You've got a slightly larger firing radius and firing arc in these windows. And this is kind of the name of the game for defence, isn't it? In an ideal world, you'd have all these doors armoured up and with code locks on, just to make sure that if somebody wants to blow through the windows, they're going to be faced with another obstacle. And this repeats again 4 times around the edge. Back through we come. And 2 entrances and exits again, always beneficial. On the next floor up. Now this is an interesting floor, ladies and gentlemen. This does not have any windows and is armoured throughout the edges. This is what I like to call my production room. You see, this was all produced pre the large furnace, and we've got a lot of furnaces around the edge of the room here.
1 or 2.
1 or 2. Yes. To have all these going at once, you need, I think, 30,000 woods to have all of these going at once, if you wanted 1,000 wood in each. So it was quite a feat to get all these going at once. This is a one-man base. That's actually something that's worth noting. This took me a lot of time and effort to make. Usually, with a base like this, you'd probably be expecting a little bit more than 1 person. I would think. What do you reckon, Carlos?
Well, I mean, with the size and the armoring and stuff, it gives the illusion of being a multi-person defense, right?
It does, but as you can see, the core isn't armoured in this base because I just couldn't do it alone. I would armour everything up, make sure everything was code locked and armoured if I could. But I just haven't had the time to do it by myself. Now we've got these
Just checking.
Is it stable?
It's good.
Good.
It's wood. It's definitely
now,
stone.
this is something that we like doing, multi-layer boxes. We talked about this in the episode showing your house off, didn't we?
Yeah, mine was kind of shitty, but yeah, this is what you want to do.
This is what you want to do. Now, the way that you would actually do this is, and we're going to show you a demo of that in another video one day, probably one day soon, is you would place a block down on one of these square blocks here, and then next to it you can place a floor next to that on the top level of the block. You then upgrade these, and then you can just simply whack the block to destroy it, and that gives you these split levels, which is really nice. You can actually put furnaces underneath and on top of these blocks as well, so you can have multi-layered furnaces if you chose. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's continue on. Now I do have to note that that isn't necessarily the most wise room because there's no external defences on that. And here we are on the next floor. Again, differently
Good old
positioned
number
windows.
5th floor here. You can actually see a bunch of your devices along the wall there.
Yeah, I'll just go and take a look. Now, part of the reason I made that external wall is so I could have 2 large furnaces and a couple of smelters as well. The large furnaces, you're able to use much less wood per ore that you smelt. And those little smelters, what you do is you use oil, or crude oil, from those pump jacks over there with a bit of wood, and it smelts it down into low-grade fuel, which is always good. You can see these corners have been blocked off. They should be code-locked and armoured, but they aren't. Each of those has a building cabinet in. Again, that extends your building range, makes sure that nobody is going to build a raid tower close.
But they can still put up ladders.
They can still put up ladders, but we have ladder defences for that. Here we go. Now there are certain servers that you might choose, modded servers, that will prevent ladders being used within the building privilege radius. I think that's a bit of a cop-out really, because I think you're going to have less creative bases that way. Well, I don't know what you reckon, Carlos.
Well, it's for everybody will find a way to get around things. When ladders first came out, there was a lot of bitching and moaning about it because of the anti-raiding techniques that were already in place. But you have to move with it or fall behind.
Yeah, you've got to move with the times, and you've got to change your building techniques.
Still find people today without these ladder defenses. We even suggested to a guy that showed him what they were and told him the functionality of them. So I'm sure he'll change up his place soon enough.
Now you can see that we've got lots of ladder defences on this particular building. We call it the Shogun house just because of the way they ended up. This wasn't intentional, and it's not a design concession. It was just the most efficient way to build them. But it ended up looking really nice.
Yeah, and there actually, as a side note too, that split level thing you can do on the ladder defenses as well.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that. We don't have those with this one, but we will take a look at that with another build that we'll be showing off probably later on in the month, I think. Now, this is... Are we on the 6th floor here? I think we're on the 6th floor. You can see that...
6th, I think.
Yeah, you can see that things here are getting a little bit less stable. Now, there are various reasons for that. And we'll go through those in possibly a hints and tips video at a later date. So there's only so high that you can build in Rust without coming into problems. This level has a balcony on each side that allows you to fire in a fairly consistent way in all directions. It's always nice to have something like this, just because it also provides a rather convenient escape route. Ooh, a piece of candy. That's not going to be coming too close to us, I don't think, Carlos, so we'll leave that.
Yeah, for now.
Airdrops, ladies and gentlemen, are they're something that drops out of the plane and floats slowly down to the ground. Lots of players tend to go for them, so it's a good place to have a good fight. And they usually have nice things in them, like AKs or bolt-action rifles, sometimes a C4 or two.
Let's
Pretty
not
cool.
forget the highly coveted cooked chicken.
The cooked chicken, and sometimes burnt chicken if you're really unfortunate. And we're going to carry on upwards now. So up to the next floor.
Yep. It's on the other side of the mountain.
Now this is where I started having stability problems. Because of the issues we had with stability at the time, I couldn't build doors in either of these two spots. I don't really know why that happened. But you can see it's 15% stable, this wall. I don't know why. I cannot tell why, but that happened, so I couldn't build doors there. On this floor, we had to mix things up a little bit, so we created this mini loot room. This was going to be the research and development room. And once again, we've got these split level sections, so you can put your boxes above and below. Only a couple of boxes in this, nothing spectacular inside them. Just lots of bits and bobs. I should organise my stuff better, shouldn't I, Carlos?
Every level or every time, it's all good.
I'll shut that.
You
got it?
You shut
Okay.
it. You shut it.
And we'll do that later. Right, and we're going to go up another level here. We used an L-shaped stair this time because we've mixed things up. And this is our main drop room. This is where most of our resources are to be found. A lot of these have been moved because we do have another base now. That's why I'm showing these off. But yeah, as you can see, this was a really good storage room. There's plenty of storage space, ample. And we could even extend that further onto this wall if we chose to. So this is a nice storage floor. It's 8 floors up, 8 or 9? 8 floors up, I think.
This is the 8th now, yeah.
Yeah, so you've got to get through a lot in order to get to this floor. It would take a lot of resources. You're looking at an absolute minimum of 22 C4, I think.
That sounds about right.
Somebody's asking if I want a man to hunt. Let's say yes. And we go to the next level. And here we have the firing level, as I like to call it. This is one of our top levels, and it once again provides a decent field of view. Part of the reason that we conceived the Pentapod or the Shogun house to begin with is so we could have a good firing position on our other house. Just to make sure that if it did begin to get assaulted, we'd have a fallback base in order to come up here and take shots down there as people try to assault the other house. And it also works as a defensive measure for Carlos's house, as Carlos's does for this one.
It's one big happy family here.
It sure is. And up we go again. Oh. And up we are. This is just a sleeping bag level. It could be a storage room. There's a number of things you could do in this. You could have another furnace room if you chose, but I've left it blank. So perhaps I could use it in the future. And up we go again. This is the penultimate floor.
Whoa.
And here we are on the top.
Careful.
It's lined with sandbags, and again provides a fantastic firing position. You can see that these have taken a bit of damage from people firing up at me, but they provided very good cover, very useful. And there's Carlos's base. That's one of Rudy's bases. Perhaps he'll be kind enough to show us in the future. And now, the ultimate level. How do we get there? Now, people would think it was just a roof, but in fact it's not. So you can just jump over here onto the ladder defences, and you see we've got a ladder that goes up to the top. So if you just use the jump technique to get to this top level. I did want to create a little doorway that came up here, but unfortunately we ran into stability issues that prevent...
Nothing to see here, folks. Nothing to see. What the...
Hammer that spacebar. There we are.
There we go.
And we ran into stability issues, so this just didn't work, and I've left it there as a mark of my failure.
It's a long way down.
It sure is. Now this is possibly the best possible firing floor that you can have. There's a lot of visual. Visual? Do I mean visual? What do I mean? You've got a really good range of vision. There we are. And you've also got very good defences, because you can just crouch down, and only people at the very top of that mountain are likely to be able to shoot you. And even then, it will be challenging for them. So yeah, what do you think, Carlos? Is there anything that we could do to improve upon this design?
Other than the stairs, not much. But that's neither here or there, to be honest.
Oh yes, the stairs. We'll actually be covering that in a hints and tips video, shall we? What Carlos likes to do is he likes to have wooden, or wicker stairs, I should say. So in the event of an attack, he can actually just destroy his stairs with a single shot from his assault rifle. And that means the assaulters, they actually have to try a little bit harder. They've got to build ladders in order to get up.
Yeah, it's just 5 minutes longer for them to... 5 minutes more planning, or 5 minutes of more planning for them, which gives you 5 minutes time to get yourself in a better position.
Put up barricades, get yourself into the right position. And, right, let's go back down to the bottom. And I think that's going to conclude this video. See, it's a nice simple design, so you know your way in and out fairly easily. Unless you're Carlos, in which case you get lost for 25 minutes on the bottom floor.
Yeah, there was like I said, the more accustomed you get to it, it's not so bad. It's like my 6th and 7th floors. They're nothing pure chaos for others.
They are moderately bemusing.
Incredibly amusing, but hyper frustrating.
And there we go, we're back out again. So yeah, the Shogun House, I think, is a relatively good design. It's fairly challenging to raid. The one concession that I'd give myself there is I think I should have had more ladder defences. Especially on these lower levels, you can see that there's only 2 sets of ladder defences on the bottom 3 floors, which is not really that fantastic, so I perhaps could have looked at that and made it better. And that's something that I will maybe be incorporating into my design for future buildings. How are you doing, Carlos?
I'm out and about.
Okay, hopefully in Rust Cribs, in the next couple of episodes, we're going to be taking a look over there at Oz Nominator's base, which is a nice rock base, and we'll show you the advantages and disadvantages of a rock base in that one, and if Rudy is about at any point, we'll be taking a look at his monstrous base over there. It does say on those signs, if we can see them, it says, move along, there's nothing to see here, but believe me, there's something to see there, so that's what we're going to go and do.
Have now choose a bit of C4.
Is that you up there, Carlos?
I'm just up in the pump jack here.
Oh, you're up at the pump jack. Okie dokes.
I assumed you were closer to the sign there, so.
I was up on the quarry next to the Shogun House there. I'll come up to you.
Okay.
I was zooming in with a bolty. You
I
know
was
me.
like, I thought he was up there, so.
There you go. Nothing to see here.
what's
Move
this?
along.
Lock and load going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Here we go. There's some violence occurring on the server. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen today with our design. Hopefully we're going to be able to show you some building techniques in the future. Rather than just showing you the houses, we'll show you how to build them, how to go about it, how to upgrade, and the most efficient use of resources as possible. If you like what you've seen, please do like and subscribe. This is Carlos No Pants and Golden Cat.
Sup, all?
Out. Thank you very much.